Yes, hello everybody. Welcome back once again to the Dynasty Hotseat. It's the only Dynasty show that is certified Inferno, and we're back here today for a little off-season content. I'm going to be going through my top 24 quarterbacks. Let's get started. All right, here we go. Here's the rankings list. You've noticed I've blurred stuff out. They've got a big rectangle over it. So we're slowly going to go through who is at the bottom of my rankings, starting at 24, and we're going to work our way up, all the way up to number 1. Please leave a comment. If you are new here, please consider subscribing as well. That'll be absolutely brilliant. So let me know which ones you agree with. Which ones do you think need a little bit of work? Let's get started, shall we? Let's zoom in down here. And let's get going. At the bottom, at position number 24, Justin Fields is in there. He's obviously just taken over the job over at the New York Jets. I don't expect Justin Fields to hold that starting position for very long. However, of those quarterbacks that I don't expect to hold starting positions for very long, Justin Fields is the most elite fantasy-wise of those. You'll notice Bryce Young is not on here. I do not expect Bryce Young to keep that job, and I believe Justin Fields, while in the same boat, will offer you at least more upside fantasy football wise. So that's why Justin Fields just pips Bryce Young to the post to the 24th slot. Jackson Dart coming in at 23. Don't expect him to play much this year. But again, Jackson Dart has that elite upside. I did comp him a lot to Jalen Hurts in the pre-draft process. Was quite nice to see that on NFL's stream of the draft. That was the player comp that they gave Jackson Dart as well. Jalen Hurts, he still has a lot of work to do, much like Jalen Hurts did, but I think Jackson Dart can come out the other side. Smell of roses, hopefully. So he's got some good potential. 23 could be a bargain getting him at that price for now. Moving on up at 22, we got the guy who went ahead of him in the draft, Cam Ward. He's got a nice receiving core over there at the Tennessee Titans. I expect Ward to have a fairly slow start, but the guy is a magician at times with his hands. He is creative. He knows how to throw off script. He's pretty good under pressure. I can see him having a nice career, but I don't want to rank him too highly for now. The same with Michael Penix Jr. We've seen that amazing link up with Drake London whenever he started those two games. I'm excited for that pairing next year. Michael Penix offers 0 in the rushing side. You know, this guy's knees are kind of bust, but he is very good at not taking sacks. He is very safe with the ball as well, despite also being able to sling it downfield. So that is an interesting combo, a guy that's safe with the ball and can sling it downfield. I think Penix is going to have a nice year at 21. I can see him potentially moving up, but it is just hard to put him ahead of guys like Tua Tagovailoa, who, whilst having injury concerns when he is on the field, has proven to be one of the elite passers in the NFL. I am hoping that he has a healthy season and he stays safe with all those head injuries we've seen him have. I think Tua can move forward, continue to be that elite passer, and as we have seen at the Dolphins, he does have a lot of weapons to work with. So Tua sitting at 20 for now, but still really good value there. In at 19, I've got JJ McCarthy. Whilst we haven't seen him on an NFL field so far, I just think that system at Minnesota is literally quarterback proof. We've seen it with Sam Darnold, who was a guy that was seeing ghosts most of his career. He succeeded in a major way. We see what happened with Kirk Cousins. He couldn't even finish the season over at Atlanta as soon as he was removed from that system. I think JJ McCarthy is a competent quarterback. I don't think he's elite really in any kind of way, apart from perhaps the zip he gets in the ball upon release. He has good ball speed, but I just believe in the system so much that I think JJ McCarthy is going to be a real solid quarterback too for your teams, which is why he's sitting at position 19 for now. We'll see how well he adapts and adjusts. In at 18, we got Brock Purdy, perhaps controversial. A lot of people have Brock Purdy up at quarterback 10. I've seen him go as high as. Yeah, he's another product of a system here. I believe that Shanahan system is excellent for almost any quarterback that will play in it, not called Trey Lance. So Purdy is a good player. He's fine. He doesn't offer too much upside, in my opinion. The weapons have been degraded this season as well, with injuries to people like Brandon Ayuk, with people like Deebo Samuel, who we've seen as an ultimate weapon for him moving on. It'll be interesting to see how Brock Purdy is able to adjust. We don't know what Christian McCaffrey is going to be like. There's a lot of question marks over Brock Purdy. They're going to need him to be the guy to win games for them. So I'm interested to see what can happen with Brock Purdy, but another solid quarterback too, as is, the person ranked at pick 17, perhaps the ultimate quarterback too, and Jared Goff, a guy that you feel super safe with. You know what you're going to get with Jared Goff. He has the weapons to carry him to solid quarterback finishes. He's not too long in the tooth, but he is getting a little bit older. is Jared Goff, so that's why I haven't placed at 17. All of these guys here, I'm happy to have as a quarterback too. Tua, JJ McCarthy, Purdy, and Goff, all delighted to have them as my quarterback too. If we start going towards these guys here, these four, less happy. They're more, safe quarterback threes for me. I'm delighted to have them as a quarterback three. But from 2 onwards, quarterback 2, very, very pleased with. Moving on, Jordan Love at 16. Obviously, he's got tons of weapons over there at Green Bay. He's got so many weapons, in fact, that it makes me cautious about drafting any Green Bay pass catcher at all, maybe outside of Tucker Kraft. Yeah, Jordan Love has got a plethora of weapons there. I expect him to continue his excellent start to the NFL. And Trevor Lawrence in at 15, man, for now, this is it for T-Law, right? He has to show some serious improvement. We've seen Brian Thomas Jr. absolutely skyrocket wide receiver rankings. Do not forget that was not because of Trevor Lawrence. That was because of the time he spent with Mac Jones. So if Trevor Lawrence can't get the best out of Brian Thomas Jr., and let's not forget Travis Hunter, whereas a guy like Mac Jones can, some serious questions need to be asked about Trevor Lawrence. He is at 15 for now because he was that, ultimate generational quarterback talent coming out. It's time to see it. It's time to see it for T-Law. Then moving up, the last two outside of my top 12, Dak Prescott in at quarterback 14, constantly undervalued, constantly disrespected. I've seen him down as low as quarterback 19, 20. There's no chance I am ever putting Dak that low. He's someone that we've seen when he stays fit, he stays healthy. He is more than capable of being a quarterback 1, even a top 5 quarterback. Dak Prescott with CeeDee Lamb, with George Pickens coming in, with the rest of those weapons over there at Dallas. They don't have a super strong run game, so expect them to air the ball out a lot. Dak Prescott to be the benefactor of that. He has sneaky rushing upside, or at least he did before some of those injuries. So Dak Prescott, delighted to have him at QB 14. He is the ultimate QB2. We talked about Jared Goff. Dak is the ultimate QB2. Kyler Murray, now we start to get into guys that you'd be pretty pleased to have as your quarterback 1 overall. Kyler Murray, we know that he is solidly a QB1 whenever he plays. There is enough off the field shenanigans and injury stuff. There's enough question marks about Kyler that I've just placed him outside my top 12. But if you have him in your top 12, I ain't going to hate on it too much at all. Hey guys, hopefully you're enjoying the video so far. Thanks for sticking about to hear my top 24 to 12 quarterbacks. If you are a fan of the channel, then please make sure you're heading over to Dynasty Hotseat.printify.me. That's dynastyhotseat.printify.me to go and grab your Dynasty Hot Seat merchandise. We got the awesome limited edition t-shirts here. Excellent quality. Very stylish. Not your usual fantasy football style t-shirts. I believe they are the best t-shirts on the market that you can get. If you want, please head over. The link is in the description. You can get your certified t-shirt, which looks clean and fresh. You'd never know it was Dynasty Fantasy Football related. Certified hat as well. One of my favorite hats to wear in the entire world. Go get yours now at dynastyhotseat.printify.me. All right, moving up as we see our lovely flaming skeleton. Moving on up. In at QB 12. He deserves it. It's Baker Mayfield. He's shown the last 2 years that he is an elite upside quarterback. He has come in and fit that system at Tampa Bay absolutely perfectly. Expect Baker to be right up there, top 8 finish again this year. The only reason he's done at 12 is because he is slightly older. Yeah, I know quarterbacks last longer in this league, but let's not forget 3 years ago, people were saying he's got a good career as an analyst coming up. That was the system that was there for Baker Mayfield. So he's in at 12 for me just because of age. Talent-wise, he could be further up. Moving on up at 11, Bo Nix. I've seen people go crazy with Bo Nix all the way up at quarterback 6. Sometimes a bit too high for me. I do like the system that he's in with Sean Payton. I think that is quarterback friendly for sure. I did like the start we seen with Bo Nix. I did a video a while ago talking about why did nobody see this coming? Bo Nix's knock was that he's a system quarterback coming out of college and he's going into Sean Payton, the ultimate system player. So I don't quite understand how more people didn't see this coming with Bo Nix. I think he's done extremely well to be already ranked inside the top 12. For me, top 6 is a bit too rich. I'm happy with him sitting at pick number 11. Right after him, CJ Stroud, the man that was people's QB1, if you remember, this time last year. Yeah, he has enough upside for me. And I like the player enough to put him here at quarterback 10. I really like what they're building over there at Texas. I wouldn't be shocked to see CJ move up a little bit again. But last year was a bit of a dip. I think maybe people overreacted a little bit much, pushing him down outside the top 12. I think 10 is a really nice position for CJ Stroud. And I think you'll see with the guys up next to him that it's going to be quite difficult for him to move too far up. But He is certainly very, very talented. But you see here, Justin Herbert at 9, maybe one of the most talented NFL quarterbacks that we have. People are hesitant to put Justin Herbert this high because of the system that he's in and their tendency over at the Chargers to run the ball, especially now with the Marion Hampton coming in. But you'd have to be blind to not see how good Justin Herbert is. And I think they're going to continue to work him in and get him opportunities to throw the ball. They brought in Trey Harris for a reason. You know that Trey Harris is going to really play to the strengths of Justin Herbert. That was the plan with Quentin Johnson, but he's got potatoes for hands. So Quentin Johnson not able to catch a thing. Trey Harris will be a different story. He'll be an excellent weapon for Justin Herbert. Still an elite quarterback option. Super, super safe as well. He's going absolutely nowhere. Up at 8, Caleb Williams for me sneaks into the number 8 slot. I think he is in for a massive season coming up. There are going to have to be some serious conversations about Caleb Williams and the person next to my list as well, who are both excellent quarterbacks. The top 6 are the elite tier. Caleb just sits right outside that for me with the guy that's next on the list. But he has a chance to move into that elite tier over there at Chicago. They're definitely building something. They're going in the right direction. Caleb Williams is talented enough. He did pretty well his first year. More things to come from Caleb Williams, as there is from Drake May, who, man, so impressive. Way more impressive than Caleb Williams in his debut season. Because you remember the weapons that he was working with, not much. Adding a guy like Stephon Diggs, people are really, really sleeping on Stephon Diggs this year. This is a guy that thrives as the number 1, the alpha receiver. Drake May is a guy that loves having an alpha receiver to lock onto. Let's not forget, that's why Josh Downs was hyped up by so many people coming out of college, is because Drake May locked on to Josh Downs at North Carolina, and he really, really impressed. I expect Drake May to lock on to Stephon Diggs and have another excellent year. And here comes the elites. Drake May just outside. Jalen Hurts at 6. Does the tush push help? Yes. But guys, it's legal. It's not going away. It's not going anywhere. I don't care how you get your touchdowns. I don't care how you get your yards. It all looks the same on fantasy football sheets. So as long as that is legal and as long as that is okay, Jalen Hurts is an elite quarterback option for fantasy football. And he's in at 6. He's not the best passer of the ball, but he's good enough. He is very, very good with his legs to rack up those rushing points. He throws a lot of touchdowns. He rushes for a hell of a lot of touchdowns. So Jalen Hurts, an elite point scorer. Maybe not an elite quarterback, but an elite point scorer. And that's all that matters for fantasy football. In at 5, Joe Burrow. Again, those weapons that he has over there, excellent. The way that the team kind of stinks, it's actually quite good for Joe Burrow as well. They've really gotten in an offense. Their defense is not strong at all. Joe Burrow will benefit from this fantasy football-wise because the Bengals are going to be playing in close matchups constantly, playing from behind constantly. That means Joe Burrow is going to be out on the attack. They're not going to really establish the run too much, I wouldn't say. So Joe Burrow is going to benefit that fantasy football-wise. Get injured a lot, though. I'm slightly worried. If I'm the Bengals, I'm worried about Joe Burrow's health. That wrist injury. How many times we talked about niggling injuries with Joe Burrow? It's because he's getting smashed every game. So that's the longevity of Joe Burrow does concern me a little bit. Up at 4, Pat Mahomes, the best quarterback in the NFL. Longevity-wise, slam dunk for Pat Mahomes. He's going to be around for a very, very, very long time. I expect the Kansas City Chiefs to air it out a lot more this year, to use the full plethora of weapons that are available to them. Kansas City Chiefs, the third highest receiver they had in their team in terms of yards last year, Noah Gray, guys. That was the third target that Mahomes had. In terms of the amount of yards that they fulfilled last year, Kareem Hunt led the team in scrimmage yards. He wasn't there for preseason practice. In fact, over 1/3 of the total yards the Chiefs had last year from skill position players were players that did not attend preseason practice, that came to the team halfway through. Kareem Hunt, DeAndre Hopkins, Juju Smith-Schuster. These guys that came in after the season had started. I expect Mahomes to benefit from a full, proper camp from Rashee Rice, from a Xavier Worthy that's going to hit the ground running, from guys coming in like Jalen Royals, who looks to be a pretty good player, from people like Kareem Hunt and Juju Smith-Schuster having solid preseasons with the team. I think Pat Mahomes is really, really, really going to benefit from it. And having guys like Travis Kelce not be the focal point of the offense. He needs to wind down. He needs to, not be the number 1 target for a change. Travis Kelce probably the number 3 target on that team at the minute. Yeah, Pat Mahomes going to have a big year coming up, as is Jaden Daniels, the prodigy himself. More of the same. That's what we're looking for. More of the same from Jaden Daniels. He's got a chance to be QB1 this year. He's got a chance. If he does, he's going to really be pushing Lamar Jackson and, of course, Josh Allen for those number 1 spots. That is a little tier on its own, I think. That 1, 2, 3. You could go between any of those three guys. That is the top tier. Josh Allen, I'm not going to be mad at it if you draft him. Obviously, he's been proven to be an elite option at quarterback the entire time he's been in the NFL. Lamar Jackson as well. There was that time, remember 2, 3 years ago, you get Lamar slightly cheaper? Not anymore. Not anymore. Lamar Jackson continues to be an elite option at quarterback, as well as Josh Allen and Jaden Daniels. So there's the list, ladies and gentlemen. There is a list. Justin Fields, Jackson Dart, Cam Ward, Michael Penix, Tua Tagovailoa, JJ McCarthy, Brock Purdy, Jared Goff, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, Dak Prescott, Kyler Murray as my QB2s. The QB1 list: Baker Mayfield, Bo Nix, CJ Stroud, Justin Herbert, Caleb Williams, and Drake May. Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Pat Mahomes, Jaden Daniels, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen. That's all for my quarterback list, guys. Please let me know in the comments. What do you like? What do you not like? Would love to hear from you.